Hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss about linear inequalities, chapter 5, class 11 mathematics. So you see, what are inequalities? Two real numbers or two algebraic expressions related by the symbol less than, greater than, less than or equal, greater than or equal form an inequality. You see, there are different types of inequalities. First one is numerical inequalities. What is meant by numerical inequalities? These are the inequalities that contain only numbers. For example, 3 less than 5. This inequality contains only the numbers 3 and 5. So this is a numerical inequality. Similarly, 7 greater than 5, 8 greater than 3, all these are examples for numerical inequalities. Okay, next one kind of inequality is literal inequalities. Literal inequalities means these are the inequalities that contain variables or letters along with numbers. For example, x greater than 7, it is a literal inequality. Because here you see along with the number 7, there is a variable or a letter x here. Other examples are x greater than or equal to 3, y less than or equal to 4, 2y plus 3 less than or equal to 11. All these are examples for literal inequalities. Another one type of inequality is double inequalities. A double inequality has two inequality signs showing that a quantity lies between two values. For example, 3 less than x less than 8. This is a double inequality. Or 3 less than 5 less than 7. This is an example for a double inequality. Because you see here the quantity 5 that lies between two values 3 and 7. That is, this is like 5 is greater than 3 but less than 7. Okay, so this is an example for double inequality. Similarly, minus 2 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 5. 3 less than or equal to x less than 5. All these are examples for double inequality. Because here you see the quantity x lies between two values 3 and 5. That is 3 less than or equal to x less than 5 means x is greater than or equal to 3 and less than 5. So these are examples for double inequalities. Another one type of inequality is strict inequality. A strict inequality does not include equality. A strict inequality does not include equality. There won't be equal sign in this inequality. It uses simple less than, greater than. For example, ax plus b less than 0, ax plus b greater than 0, ax plus by less than c, ax plus by greater than c. Okay, ax square plus bx plus c greater than 0. X greater than 5, 2y less than 10. All these are examples for strict inequality because there is no equal sign in all these inequalities. And in strict inequality, the boundary value is not included in the solution. That is, boundary number itself is not a solution. For example, if we consider this case, this is a strict inequality. X greater than 5 is a strict inequality. So here the boundary value, that is 5, that is not a solution for x. That is, x greater than 5 means x must be greater than 5. So x can be greater than 5, x must be greater than 5. That means x can be 5.1, 5.2, or x can be 6, or x can be 10, etc. These are the solutions. Another one type of inequality is slack inequalities, or also called as non-strict inequalities. A slack inequality includes equality. That includes equal sign. It is an inequality, but it will be including this equal sign also. It includes equality also. That is, it uses the symbol less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Okay, for example, x greater than 5 is a slack inequality or non-strict inequality because it is an inequality, but there is an equality also here. Right, equal sign is also here. X greater than or equal to 5. Similarly, 2y less than or equal to 10, ax plus b less than or equal to 0, ax plus b greater than or equal to 0, ax plus by less than or equal to c, ax plus by greater than or equal to c, ax square plus bx plus c less than or equal to 0. All these are examples for slack inequalities or non-strict inequalities. See, in this case, the boundary value is included in the solution. That is, if you consider this example, x greater than or equal to 5, this is a non-strict inequality or slack inequality. Here, the boundary value is 5, that will be included in the solution. That is, x greater than or equal to 5 means x is greater than or equal to 5. It can be greater than 5 or it can be even equal to 5. So, x can be 5, 6, 7, etc. Now, another one type of inequality is linear inequalities in one variable. A linear inequality in one variable contains only one variable with the highest power of 1. For example, 3x plus 2 greater than 8 is an example for this. 5 minus 2x less than or equal to 9 is also an example for linear inequality in one variable. Similarly, if you consider ax plus b less than 0, provided a not equal to 0 is a linear inequality in one variable because it has only one variable x and the highest power of x means x raised to 1. So the highest power of x is 1 here. A and b are constants or real numbers. Okay, so this is an example for linear inequality in one variable. See here, it is said that provided a not equal to 0. So what happens if a equal to 0? If a is equal to 0, then this inequality becomes 0 into x becomes 0, 0 plus b will be b, then b less than 0. Okay, which has no variable, there is no x here. When a equal to 0, then there won't be any variable in this inequality. So that will not be a linear inequality in one variable. Okay, so we can say that ax plus b less than 0 is an example for a linear inequality in one variable because it has only one variable x and the highest power of x is 1. Okay, similarly ax plus b greater than 0, ax plus b less than or equal to 0, ax plus b greater than or equal to 0 are also examples for linear inequalities in one variable. Okay, another one type of inequality is linear inequalities in two variables. Okay, linear inequalities in two variables, they contain two variables, usually x and y. Okay, it can be y and z as well, no problem. It contains two variables with the highest power of each variable equal to 1. For example, 2x plus 3y less than or equal to 6 is an example for linear inequality in two variables because it contains two variables x and y. The power of x is 1, here the power of y is 1, so highest power is 1. So this is an example for linear inequality in two variables. Similarly, x minus y greater than 4 is also an example for this. Similarly, ax plus by less than c, provided a not equal to 0 and b not equal to 0, this is also an example for linear inequality in two variables. Because you see, it contains two variables x and y. Each variable has a degree or power 1. X means x raised to 1. Y means y raised to 1. So x appears as x raised to 1. Y appears as y raised to 1. So there are no terms like x square, y square or x into y, etc. So this is an example for linear inequality in two variables. Okay, similarly ax plus by greater than c, ax plus by less than or equal to c, ax plus by greater than or equal to c are also examples for linear inequalities in two variables. Now, another one type of inequality is non-linear inequalities or also called as quadratic inequalities. These are the inequalities in which the highest power of the variable is 2 or more. Okay, in non-linear inequalities or quadratic inequalities, the highest power of the variable will be 2 or more. For example, x square minus 4 greater than 0 is an example for non-linear inequality or quadratic inequality. Because you see, here the variable is x, the power of the variable is 2. Okay, so it is 2. Okay, so this is an example for non-linear inequality or quadratic inequality. Similarly, 2x square plus 3x minus 5 less than or equal to 0 is also an example for non-linear or quadratic inequality. Why? Because here the variable is x, here the power of x is 2, here the power of x is 1, x means x raised to 1. So the highest power you see, it is 2. Okay, so it is an example for, that is the power of the variable is greater than 1. The power of the variable is greater than 1. So that is the power of the variable. The highest power is 2, which is greater than 1. So this is an example for quadratic inequality. Similarly, if you consider ax square plus bx plus c less than or equal to 0, ax square plus bx plus c greater than 0 when a not equal to 0 and b not equal to 0 are also examples for non-linear inequalities. I hope it is clear to you. The rest of the videos of this class 11 mathematics textbook is also available in the channel. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you.